all get stuck in traffic occasionally, or maybe in the lift. But have you ever been stuck in strangely weird places? Some days it just doesn't pay to venture outside, particularly when you wind up on the subject of a police and fire department rescue because you've somehow trapped yourself in a strange place. You might be thinking that it doesn't actually happen much. Like, how can someone just go out and get stuck inside a toilet or in an ATM? But some people really are that unlucky to be stuck in such unfortunate situations and places. The situation might be funny, but they are physically and emotionally painful for the person who got stuck. Let's check stories of people who got stuck in strange places and had to be rescued. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Mayor stuck on a zipline. The usual campaign of political figures includes millions of dollars being spent and a lot of traveling to go along with those millions of dollars. The routine looks simple and boring as the candidates go to different communities to gather up the support of the people, no matter what position they are running for, be it for mayor, governor, or even the president. But some leaders have a different approach. It seems like Boris Johnson was trying to do something different in 2012, as he was on the campaign trail for mayor. The rowers Helen Glover and Heather Stanning were still celebrating Britain's first gold medal of the 2012 Olympics when their moment in the spotlight was hijacked by a man wearing a hard hat dangling 5 meters above a park in East London. He ended up on a zipline, supposedly trying to gather support. He ended up becoming stuck on the line. He was reeled down to safety. Stuck in an ATM. Of all the interesting places, choosing to get stuck inside an ATM has to be one of the craziest stories you've ever heard. In July 2017, it was reported a repairman was stuck inside a cash machine in Texas in the US. The worker was fixing a locker in a room behind the Bank of America cash point in Corpus Christi when he accidentally locked himself in. Banking on some good luck, the worker, who realized he had left his phone in his truck, tried to grab the attention of customers using the machine by posting notes begging for help. One note read, "Please help. I'm stuck in here and I don't have my phone. Please call my boss." The person went up to a police officer nearby and gave him the note. He then had to kick down the door from inside the bank, and that is when the repairman was able to get out. Stuck in a claw machine. Kids are just pure little creatures who are just trying to have some fun in this world. A giant see-through container full of plush toys is any child's idea of paradise, and they will attempt any means possible to inhabit it. For 3-year-old Jamie Bracken Murphy of Nenagh, Tipperary, Ireland, that meant crawling through the small flap from which the toys can be retrieved and finding himself lodged in a claw machine. Murphy was on display for about 10 minutes before an off-duty fireman was able to coax him back out the way he came in. Jamie's father, Damien, expressed little surprise at his son's predicament, saying that he's a very mischievous, sharp kid who's always pushing boundaries. This is not the only time this has happened, as you can find multiple stories of kids in a claw machine. Seems like all kids are smart and always looking to push the boundaries. Stuck in a traffic cone. A grown man in Hertfordshire, England, thought he'd have a bit of fun by sticking a traffic cone on his head. As ridiculous as the behavior sounds, he shouldn't have any problem performing this stunt, but it seems that luck wasn't on his side. When he tried putting it on his head, the large cone slid down over and past his shoulders, entombing him in plastic. John Waterman, a witness to the incident, captured it all on his cell phone. "It was very random," Waterman told the Telegraph. "It's not the usual thing you see in the middle of Hemel Hempstead on a Sunday lunchtime." The man stumbled around for more than 2 hours in that state, putting on a show for everyone around him. Police had to be called to rescue the man and put him out of his misery. Stuck in a toilet. All of us have seen those portable toilets called porta-potties. Even if you don't know what is inside that demonic toilet, you can just guess that it is not normal. Only out of desperation would most people use the portable toilet. But something worse seemed to have happened to this unlucky guy. In 2016, a Norwegian named Cato Bernsten Larsen found himself in deep trouble when he tried lowering himself into a public toilet to retrieve a friend's cell phone. The toilet's tank was located underneath the seat, allowing enough room for Larson to become trapped. To his dismay, the tank, which is not connected to a sewage system and is only emptied sporadically, was full of human waste. According to the putrid nature of his misery, Larson vomited and was bitten by an unknown animal. His situation did not improve until authorities were able to come and pull him out. "It was damn disgusting," Larson said. "The worst I have experienced. There were animals down there too." Learning from this experience, you should know that lowering yourself into human waste and animals which feed on that waste is worse than losing your friend's phone. You've been warned. Stuck in a washing machine. Who doesn't love playing games? Especially adults who are so deep into adulthood that they are desperate to take time out just to play some of their favorite games from childhood. Especially the ones that can surprise the other person. But sometimes the games can go wrong. You might expect that there isn't much that can go wrong in a hide-and-seek game, but you are in for a surprise. A man near Melbourne, Australia in 2014 climbed into his top-loading washing machine fully nude to surprise his partner. Unfortunately, he was unable to climb back out. Responders were able to grease him with a liberal application of olive oil and pull him out. First Constable Luke Ingram told the Australian Broadcasting Corporation that, as a rule, my advice would be for people not to climb into appliances. The clothes go in, not the people. The warning went unheeded by another Australian man in 2015, who found himself lodged in a front-loading machine and had to wait while rescuers disassembled the entire unit in order to free him. Stuck in a cement hopper. Getting stuck in a cement hopper can be deadly. If you have seen the American Marvel show The Punisher, you'd know what we are talking about. An unidentified man at the site of a cement mix-up in Aurora, Illinois, became trapped in a cement hopper. The worker had climbed into the machine to clean it, but found he was unable to move when the residual cement on the machine's floor began hardening around his legs. It took firefighters more than 2 hours to extricate him from the hopper. He was lucky to get out alive. He was taken to a nearby hospital and treated for minor injuries, but released the same day, according to the local fire department. Stuck in a baby swing. Adults are always trying to prove something to others, especially men, who show off their skills. But if you're ever challenged by your adult friends to fit into a baby swing at a public park, you can confidently say that it won't work. That's because a man from Vallejo, California, tried it in 2011. While he managed to slide into the seat using liquid laundry detergent, he couldn't slide back out. As his legs began to swell, his friends abandoned him overnight. He wasn't rescued until 9 hours later, when a groundskeeper heard his screams for help at 6 o'clock the following morning. The man sustained life-threatening injuries to his body, the San Francisco Chronicle reported. But there's no word yet on the condition of his ego. Would you perform this stunt if your ego was on the line? Tell us in the comments section. Stuck in a chimney. There are many Santa jokes to be made, but when you're the man trapped in your own home's chimney for 4 hours, there probably isn't a huge urge to start laughing. In late 2016, a Tucson, Arizona homeowner who had locked his keys in his home opted to retrieve them by re-entering his abode via the chimney. While it was a spectacularly bad idea, he actually almost made it. His feet were touching the floor of his fireplace before the space grew too narrow to allow any further passage, and he got stuck. Firefighters were able to pull him out from the roof. It took them some time, as they had to go inside and pull him from there. But when he got out, he was covered in soot, but otherwise unharmed. Had he been lucky, he definitely would have hyped himself up in front of his friends. Sadly, he couldn't get a chance to do that. Stuck in a wall. Prison bars do not bend so easily. Many criminals know this, but it is only natural to try and think of a way to escape from the cage. While some have ideas on how to escape from their cell by breaking bars and even handcuffs, For a normal person, that seems kind of impossible. So what would be the next best idea to break free from prison and run for your life? This guy seems to have the answer. Not complete, but still an answer. An overweight inmate tried to escape a Brazilian jail by smashing a hole through the prison wall, and he had to be rescued after he got stuck halfway through. The prison guards were alerted when the inmate was left with his upper body hanging outside the prison while he was trapped around his middle, and started screaming. Maybe he had been inspired by the Shawshank Redemption. But maybe not everyone is as big of a genius as Tim Robbins. Only he can run from prison without anyone noticing. That is our list of people who got stuck in strange places. Which is the strangest place you have ever been stuck in? Tell us in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel.